Today we are here with the award-winning MC Barber.
Hey everyone, this is MC Barber. In this video I have a long haircut for you. I'll be doing a scissor over comb, scissor over knuckles, some razor work. The gentleman here wants to keep his hair long. Pretty much he said he wants to keep the length, but he wants to shape it up, create a shape of a regular man's haircut. Right now he almost has I would say a short bob. The hair is all the same length and it really doesn't look right. So first thing, as usually I'm going to do, is I'm going to wet the hair slightly down, comb it in the direction that it grows, comb it back. Then I'm going to section the hair. When you do long hairstyles in general, you want to always do sectioning. It really makes your job a lot easier than just kind of guessing where you are. I always like to section the hair. A horseshoe shape is really a classic sectioning for long hairstyle. It is very practical. As you get the top out of the way, you can now concentrate and work on the sides and the back. So really there is few different ways to do this haircut like this. Basically I'm going to take the way out of the middle. I'm going to try to keep the length as it is and just take the length out of the, basically I'm taking the bulk out of the hair and creating the layers. I'm cutting everything at 90 degrees. That way the hair becomes pretty much the way it naturally grows. It's even all around. Now this type of haircuts, different stylists will do it different. You can start it from one side and go all the way to the other side. You can do palm to palm or palm to knuckles. I like to start right from the center back, from occipital bone area, and go to my right side, and then I will switch my hand and I will go with my left hand the other way around. Excuse me. Now in your case, if you are not able to use both hands, it is okay. You can do this first and you do scissor over knuckle. You take about 1/4 inch sections, as you can see, or maybe 1/2 inch sections, and you follow that pattern all the way to the temple area. And then when you go to the other side, you find your guide and you will do actually palm to palm if you are using your right hand only. Now the reason I like to do this, start from the center, this is my personal preference. The benefits out of it for me personally are that I don't have to keep the same shoulder up from one side all the way to the other side. Because this can sometimes take actually time. It could take 5 minutes to go from one side to another side. So if you keep one shoulder up the whole time, you can kind of feel it in your shoulder. You feel that burn in your shoulder. So this way you kind of alternate your shoulders. If you do this with your right hand, now once you finish this, you go back, find your guide in the occipital bone area, and from there on you do palm to palm instead of palm over knuckles, and you will get the same effect. Now another way to do this haircut is really if you start from this area, right from there, you take 1/4 inch sections and you cut palm to palm, and you go all around the head until you reach the other side. So that's one way. But I personally don't like that method very much because it makes my right shoulder up. I have to keep it up the whole time until I go to the other side, which really usually takes me about at least 5 minutes. Alright, so as you see, I took sections uh, and I went from the center to the all the way to the right side. I switched my scissors now. Now I'm looking for my guide. Once I find my guide there, once I see the guide, there you go. Now I will just follow the guide all the way to the other side. So it's pretty simple. You just actually you have to learn how to use your left hand. This is one of the benefits of using both hands. And now as you can see, I had my left shoulder up when I was going to the right side. Now going this way, my right shoulder is up and my left shoulder is actually down. Otherwise, if you cannot do this, which is really fine, you can actually just do palm to palm, and you'll have exactly the same result with your shoulders and with the quality of the cut, same thing. I really try to concentrate a lot on my posture. I meet a lot of barbers and hairdressers, especially people that are in the industry for a long time as myself, for over 15 years, and they all have upper body problems, shoulder problems, wrist problems, and so on and so forth. So honestly, I try my best to hold a proper posture and to practice proper technique where my limbs are constantly in as much as possible a normal posture, that I do not, overextend or over bend my, whether it's wrist or my shoulder or my back or whatever it might be. I try to keep it as much as possible in a natural position, which really is important, especially when when you do as much work as I do, or like if you are busy all day, 5 days a week, open to close. So honestly, even though if you are young now, you don't feel it. As the time goes by, you will definitely start feeling the aches and pains, and you wanna prolong your career as much as possible. Not just for the sake of money, but for the sake of your health, and also as you get older, this job becomes almost as a hobby. You want to hang out with your friends, longtime clients. So this is definitely something you should take in consideration. One thing I have noticed that my channel is viewed a lot by new upcoming barbers. It really makes me happy that upcoming barbers are watching my channel. And one of the reasons is that it makes me happy is the fact that what I'm teaching you really is 100% by the book. So you should really pay attention to what I'm doing, and try your best to imitate. And if you have any questions, feel free to post your questions down below. I try to reply to most of the questions most of the time, but as these days I'm extremely busy really with training for the world competition and work. So it's kind of, I don't get to upload as much as I was doing earlier, but after September I'll get back to really my regular schedule and try to be more active on my channel. So once I cut the sides, I go over with a razor as you saw me. I kind of take some bulk out, create some texture and movement with a razor, and now I move to the top. Now I'm doing a point cutting here. I'm not going to take too much off the top. I'm really concentrating more on the center. And I'm gonna do point cutting here, or notching. Depends where you're from and how you call it. Different people call it different names. but honestly, at the end of the day, it's the same result whether you call it point cutting or notching. I call it notching. So there it is. And by the end of the year, I hope that I will have really my whole system, which is consisted of 40 something different techniques, from blow drying, styling, razor cutting, scissor cutting, clipper cutting. Uh, there will be instructional videos that you will be able to actually log into my website and watch step by step and learn how to execute all these techniques. So if you like my work, please don't forget to subscribe uh, and put a thumbs up. I really would appreciate that. My Instagram is the MC Barber, which is THEMC Barber, and my Facebook is MC Barber. My website is mcbarber.com, and through my website you can go through all my social media. Feel free to post any comments or suggestions. I really would appreciate it. Um, and as for the workshops, I get calls all the time for workshops. Right now, I don't have any workshops scheduled other than private classes that I do on Sundays from 9 to 12. And they are usually, as I say, on Sunday. And the training is basically based on whatever the student wants, whether it's scissor work or razor work or blow drying and styling. One a couple of things that we really lack in our industry these days is the blow drying styling, which really is now my expertise. I have taken over at least 50 classes on blow drying and styling, especially since the world competition is done on mannequins, and really most of it is just the blow drying and styling. Honestly, I am very honored to be the only member from United States in the world competition in men's division this year that will happen in Paris, France. So wish me well. I hope I do well. Really, it's a great competition. It's about 60 countries participating. Some countries have even two teams. Like Italy, for example, they usually come with about 70 people. Uh, Puerto Rico is another great country. They have two teams as well. I was fortunate enough this past week to go to Puerto Rico and train with the Puerto Rican team, which was great. So it's great, really. I am a very, very blessed person to be in this industry and to actually been surrounded all my life with really great instructors such as Andre Turisi, Peter Labella, Tito Tata, and so on and so forth. People that were U.S. champions in 70s and world champions in the 80s. So here now I'm kind of connecting the sides with the top. I'm doing backhand cutting technique, and I'm almost kind of creating, like, it's connecting but with like eternal layers. I'm not taking too much hair out, but I am creating some movement and internal layers and kind of connecting that top with the sides. Now just to kind of smooth it out a little bit and remove a little more weight and bulk and soften it down a little bit, I'm going to use my straight edge razor. One of the reasons I love this razor is really just really I have actually video on this razor. It's a review on this video. It's on my channel. Search it up and look it out, and it will basically explain why did I choose this razor over other razors to be my favorite razor and the razor that I sell on eBay. But anyway, it's really a high-end razor from Germany. It's stainless steel. It's made by United Salon Technology. The brand is Tondeo. It's Tondeo Sifter Style. It's a really great razor. Now, I always like to clean around the ears. You can do this with scissor over comb or clippers. I always choose to do the easier way. Honestly, I mean, whatever haircut or style that I do, I always choose the easiest way to go about it, even though sometimes certain techniques might be difficult. But you know what? As long as you get the results you want, and there is an easier way, that's the way I like to go about. So regarding my tools that I use, uh, I get questions all the time. Uh, basically, really, I'm not sponsored by any tool company, so I really don't have a preference. I mean, no, hold on. How should I say this? I don't represent any company, so I use tools from all across. I mean, I like Magic Wall Clip for fading. I think it's a nice clipper. It's cordless. It really does the job for me. Uh, as of right now, I really like my favorite edger is the Andis Slimline Pro. Even though we are having some difficulties with the battery and the switch, but it really is if that is uh, if that issue is not big, that's a really nice edger. But that's why I keep two. So sometimes the turn on switch is kind of giving us hard time. Uh, and it really is not just my clipper, but we have like 6 of them in the barber shop, and we are all experiencing similar things. But anyway, it is pretty good edger. That's why you see it on my station. And for Osters, I use Octane, the heavy duty clipper, which is really nice. That is really nice clipper though. For long hair, I usually use vent brush. It's easier to blow dry hair and it's faster. Uh, Otherwise, for shorter hair, I use a 9-row brush by YS Park. It's really nice. Uh, I think the number is Timeline Pro, I think 9. But if you look for a blue one, that's the one, and that's really nice brush. For my blow dryer, I usually have it on medium heat and medium air. And there it is. You can see his length I kept. I created really nice hairstyle. I kept his hair long, create a lot of texture, a lot of movement. And now I'm gonna try some Hans de Foucault product that they sent me, and just let's see how it is. It has medium hold, but really in the long hair like this, none of them really will hold good. You have to set the roots of the hair in a direction that you want to create, of the style that you want to create, and then you just use product really more for definition than anything. Because when you have long hair, if the roots are not set in the right direction, the style will really not stay. Now, as you can see, I start really from the back and I go forward. That's where the hair is the heaviest, the thickest, and I have all the products in my hands. I will start spreading it from there and go forward. And once I feel the product is kind of disappearing from my hands, I'll go from the front and kind of push it back and really style it in the style that I want. And there it is, the style is almost done. Please don't forget to subscribe. Once I reach 100,000 subscribers, I'm gonna have a live a 2-hour class on YouTube where you will be able to ask any questions you would like and on any technique, and I will answer during the video. So please subscribe. Let's reach our goal at 100,000 subscribers, and then we'll have a live class uh, at, uh, at our YouTube channel. And we'll actually set up the time and date once we reach our 100,000 subscribers. That way, maximum of people can benefit from the live class. Alright guys, that's your finish end. Thanks for watching, really appreciate it. mcbarber.com is my website. The MC Barber is my Instagram, which is THEMC Barber. MC Barber is my Facebook. Thank you so much. Please put a thumbs up if you like my videos. Comments and suggestions are always welcome. It is my pleasure to make these videos for you guys. Thank you so much. Until next time, take care of yourself.